Cancer, what is going on with you? Come on in, have a seat, make yourself comfortable. My name's Alan Hill from UnknownTruthTarot.com. Welcome back to another Cancer Tarot love reading. In today's Cancer reading, we're going to do a little bit something a little bit different, if I could talk. Today we are going to take a look at your romantic person of interest here in February 2024. Specifically, I'm going to look at how they really feel about you, what they're thinking about you, and what their intentions are toward you. But you know how people are, what we intend to do, and then what we end up actually doing sometimes don't line up all that well. So we're going to go a little bit deeper and also take a look at what this person's most likely actions are going to be toward you as we move through February 2024 and beyond. Then I'm going to finish this reading off by getting you some advice from the universe on how you should best navigate the situation you're finding yourself in with this person. Kind of what you should do, what you shouldn't do, how you should play this so it works out in the way that's best for you and your greatest good. So let's get on with this Cancer reading today. Let's get 3 cards. How does Cancer's romantic person of interest really feel about Cancer here in February 2024? Let's get 3 cards, please. Okie dokie. On the bottom of the deck, what is underlying your person's feelings about you here in February, Cancer? 7 of Wands. This is Leo energy. This is a defensive kind of an energy here. This is about them defending their stance on something, defending their position on something, or being willing to fight for what it is that they want, what they desire, fight for what they believe in, fight for this connection with you. This is some sort of like defensive, needing to fight off external energy coming at them kind of an energy here. I do have the Page of Swords right behind that. Pages are messengers, so this is news and messages in communication. This is sometimes an energy of a person who's trying to learn something, so trying to figure something out, doing their due diligence, studying something, researching something, investigating, snooping around. Sometimes this can represent that they're feeling defensive, feeling like you're snooping around and being nosy or something like that. Hell, technically what I'm doing right now by digging into the information here kind of qualifies as this Page of Swords because I'm snooping around right now, trying to figure out possibly how to defend their position, how to fight to get what it is that they want with you. I have the Star next, which is the Aquarius Major Arcana card. This is a card of healing. It's a card of hope. This is card 17 in the Major Arcana. So this is the card that comes right after the Tower. Your person doesn't make it to the Star energy without going through a Tower moment of some kind first, where something important in their life, some important structure they had in their life crashes down all around them, comes apart. Sometimes that's like the collapse of the relationship with you. Sometimes that's just like the collapse of a belief system, like this mental model of the world they were operating from, where they believed things were a certain way and then something happened to change all that and it all came apart. This indicates that something like that took place. And they're trying to figure out how to fight for this, how to defend what it is that they want, how to heal it. Okay, 4 of Swords right behind that, another card of healing. This is Libra energy. It's about stability of the thoughts, stability of the mind, like stabilizing the mind and calming the mind down, like quieting the chatter of all the thoughts in their head. This is like taking a pause, taking a break, trying to chill out and relax the mind so that they can figure out what to do moving forward from here. Yeah, moving forward toward happiness. The Sun, this is a Leo Major Arcana card. This is the happiest card in the deck. It's happiness, joy, bliss, harmony. It's really hard to get a better card than the Sun, especially in a love reading. So there's a lot of happiness tied to you, a lot of happiness in their feelings tied to this connection with you, but they're trying to figure out how to heal this and how to fight for it and defend and protect and probably get back what they want. When I look at what their actual feelings are for you, Cancer, I got the Empress, the 4 of Wands, and the 6 of Cups. That's looking good. The Empress, this is the mother of the tarot deck. She's perpetually pregnant, so she's always giving birth to something. In a love reading, she represents the birth of something new. Sometimes in a love reading, she'll represent the rebirth of something, especially if we got somebody here trying to fight for it and trying to figure out how to heal it and move it forward. This looks like feeling like rebirthing something with you, feeling like you're the Empress for them. Central to their feelings for you, we have the Four of Wands. This is Aries energy. Again, fours are stability. This is stability of the home, stability of the family, stability of the connection between the two of you. These four wands represent 1111, which is the number of manifesting. This is a celebration energy of where like they decided what they want and they were taking actions to get what they want and waiting on it to just like materialize, like expecting that it's going to happen. It's just not happened yet. So they're kind of stuck waiting on it. This is the next stage where now it has materialized and it's physically stable. It's stable in the physical reality. This is them feeling like manifesting something with you, probably rebirthing a connection to get the stability back. Final card in their feelings is the Six of Cups. This is Cancer energy. This is a card of the past. It's thinking about the past, reminiscing about the past, thinking about the good old days and the way things used to be between the two of you. This can represent a very deep emotional connection between the two of you. It represents a past, a history between the two of you. This is a card that can sometimes reference something from the past trying to make another lap through, or someone from the past trying to make a comeback. That's what it looks like we got going on here. We got somebody trying to figure out how to fight for this, how to heal this, how can I move forward from here and get to my happiness? I do have a Nine of Wands right behind the sun. This is some sort of a roadblock. This is Sagittarius energy. It's another card of healing. So I've got 3 cards of healing in this tiny little bit of the underlying story here. This would represent that there's been some hurt happen and that there is someone has their walls up. Someone has their defense mechanisms tripped off because they're trying to protect themselves from getting hurt. They don't want to get hurt again. They're trying to heal. References to healing, roadblock in the way, healing needing to take place. I do have Queen of Swords and 7 of Swords and 5 of Pentacles underneath that. Oh, and 8 of Swords underneath that. This is somebody, anytime I get she who knows the truth and the 7 of Wands together, this represents that you probably became aware of something that wasn't supposed to be going on. Some lying, cheating, stealing, deceptive, sneaking around, shady behavior. She holds her hand out because she's fair and she's offering to let the other person tell their side of the story. Speak your truth to me. The problem is she already knows the damn truth. So the truth they speak to her had better match the truth she knows. Otherwise, it's off with your head. She's the cut your head off queen. Like, whenever I see these two together, this usually represents a situation where they were confronted by you and you had some stuff that you wanted answers to. And the answers they gave you were very defensive, like, no, it wasn't me. I didn't do anything like that. I didn't sneak around behind your back. But when I got this Page of Swords here, that would mean you already found out that was what was going on. Or someone external to the two of you that knows you both saw something and then reported back to you in some way. This is finding out something, figuring something out. And this is the time where we're speaking the truth on it. And then we're cutting off the things that don't match the truth. We're cutting off the things or the people that aren't in best interest anymore because there was deceptive, shady, sneaky behavior here. 5 of Pentacles is a breakup energy. It's abandonment, being cast aside, left out in the cold. This is a breakup. And then we have this 8 of Swords being stuck in their head, grinding on something in circles and not having all the information and like can't shut my mind off and it's just going in loops. And this is feeling stuck and trapped and blocked because I don't know what to do and I don't want to make a mistake here. Looking like they did something in the past that they probably shouldn't have done and you found out about it and ended things. And now they're feeling like rebirthing this, getting the stability back, and coming back for another lap. That's their feelings. Let's take a look at what they're thinking about you here in February 2024. Cancer, what is this person thinking about Cancer? Just had the 3 of Wands flip over and show itself to me and then go right back in the deck. It didn't come out. 3 of Wands is an energy of waiting on something, expecting that it's going to happen. It just hasn't happened yet, and I'm waiting on it. That didn't actually come out, but it made it a point to show itself to me, so it means something. Just don't know exactly what yet. Well, they're definitely having a lot of thoughts. Saw that 8 of Swords, like, overthinking something, and I tried to get 3 cards, and boom, now I got 5. On the bottom of the deck, what underlies their thinking about you? 2 of Wands. This is Aries energy. 2s are choices, they're decisions. This is a crossroads. This is that fork in the road. It's a crossroads for your person, a crossroads in this relationship. This is the decision point, and it's a decision about them trying to decide what is it that they want their world to be like, and which path gets me to what I actually want, and which path do I have to leave behind in order to get to what I actually want. This is that decision point for them. That's what they're thinking about. This is underlying their thoughts. 9 of Pentacles is Virgo energy. This is a singles energy. It's a step backwards from that 10 of Pentacles, which is like combining lives together, like building a life together. This is a step backwards from that. This is being independent. This is single. This is self-sufficient. I don't need another person to physically take care of me or financially take care of me. I can do that. A lot of times I'll get this card when there's been a breakup and this person is now single and they're trying to decide, is that what I want or not? Sometimes I'll get this card when there was a person who had a choice point at some time in the past, a choice about Wands, passion, desire, and they presented themselves as if they were single in the physical world when they weren't really. It could be either of those two things, and it might have something to do with that. The moon, this is Pisces energy. This is fear, worry, and anxiety. A lot of times it's based on uncertainty. Like when the moon's out, it's dark outside. You can't really see the full path in front of you. It's hard to tell, am I on the right path or not? Was this even the right path to begin with? Did I make a wrong turn? Should I turn around and go back? I can't see, and that's enough to give you a little bit of fear, worry, and anxiety. Another meaning to this card is it can represent an illusion. It can also represent a secret being kept, like something being hidden in the dark. It could be that they've got this decision to make, and right now they're single and they have fear, worry, and anxiety about the uncertainty of that, about whether or not they can get you back or not. Yeah, the Lovers is right behind that. I don't like the way this is feeling. Yeah, so they have fear, worry, and anxiety and uncertainty about this powerful love connection between the two of you. But a long time ago, before this card was called the Lovers, it used to be called the Choice. So a lot of times this represents a choice in a powerful love connection. Sometimes it can represent a choice between lovers. And when it's hiding behind the moon, that's saying one of two things. Either I'm uncertain and have fear, worry, and anxiety about our connection, or it's saying I had a secret. I had something that was being hidden in the dark from you, and it was the fact that I had a choice between two lovers. I've got a choice here about what is it that I really want. And then there's that single energy. I want to be single. I want to present myself as single, which is why I hide this thing from you and have another lover. Ace of Wands. That's the phallic symbol of the tarot deck. This represents a passionate new beginning and passionate desire. But it also represents the male phallus, using it to be intimate, sexual energy, sex. Somebody's wand was probably a little important to them. Yeah, Knight of Pentacles. This is a slow forward-moving energy, like frustratingly slow, make you pull your hair out like molasses, like one drip at a time, slow forward movement. It can also represent a person who knows what they're supposed to do but doesn't do it, or a person who knows what they're not supposed to do but does it anyway. He's got the Ace of Pentacles in his hand. He's looking right at it. He's holding it. He knows he has it, but the fields behind him are completely empty because he hasn't done what he's supposed to. He hasn't planted the seed yet. He also knows that he's not supposed to just sit there holding it. He's supposed to plant it, yet he still isn't doing that. He knows he's not supposed to sit there, and he's doing it anyway. We got some what looks like problematic past behavior for your person based on the wand and not doing what they know they're supposed to. And in the middle of that looks like a secret being kept. When I look at what their actual thinking about you is about, Cancer, 9 of Cups, 3 of Pentacles, the World, Queen of Wands, the Chariot. Okay, 9 of Cups is Pisces energy. That's another singles energy. There's 2 in the deck, the 9 of Pentacles, which we saw here, and the 9 of Cups. This is a step backwards from the 10 of Cups that we all want, that happily ever after, that happy fairy tale romance that we all want, where we're physically like emotionally combined together. We're pouring ourselves into each other and we're all fully in love and happy. This is a step backwards from that. This is about personal happiness and personal wish fulfillment, which there's nothing wrong with that. In fact, this is everybody's goal in relationships is that 10 of cups. That's what we all want. But this really should be the goal, because what most people don't realize is in order to get to the 10 of cups, there's only one way to do it. And you have to start at this 9 of cups energy where all of your cups are already full. You've already filled them yourself. You've patched any leaks in those cups. They're not draining all over the floor. You're full. You're emotionally whole and happy and content in and of yourself. And you don't require some external person to make you feel whole, to make you feel happy, to make you feel loved or worthy of love. You do all that for yourself. That's the positive side of that energy. The negative side of this energy is it can be someone who is self-centered. Their own personal happiness and wish fulfillment is more important than your happiness and wish fulfillment. Or my own personal happiness is more important than what's best for us. A lot of times this can be somebody who's self-centered, smug, like it's all, I'm the center of my own world and it's all me, 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 myself, and I. Could be that. This is also sometimes a card of wish fulfillment. So they could be thinking like single type energy here. They could be thinking that their wish fulfillment is to rebirth this connection with you, or this could be rebirthing something with someone else. I don't see that though. I think they probably already did that and now they're trying to come back with you is what it's looking like. I'm just questioning, because I'm looking at their thoughts, and in their thoughts, I should see some swords, really, because that's the thoughts. It's starting off with feelings, so they're kind of like wired backwards on something here. 3 of Pentacles is Capricorn energy. This is teamwork, collaboration, working together as equals to build something of value. The thing that you would be typically building together here, this is like laying the foundations for the 10 of Pentacles, that being combined together, our lives, and physically being together and like living together, being married, like building a life together. This is the foundational piece of that. And thinking about wish fulfillment and working together as equals with you, that this 3 of Pentacles is directly connected to this 4 of Wands, stability of the home, the family, the connection, getting the thing that I want to actually show up here. The world is central to their thinking about you. This is the final card of the major arcana. It represents the completion of one cycle and at the same time the beginning of a beautiful new cycle. Starting back over again at the beginning with the Fool. So this is like the ending and the new beginning at the same time. In terms of zodiac signs, it represents the 4 fixed signs: Leo, Taurus, Scorpio, Aquarius. It is tied to a Scorpio energy here of the past. This is looking like ending a cycle of the way things currently are, because it doesn't feel like you're together right now. This is them thinking about ending that cycle of not being together and starting another cycle where the thing from the past comes back, which looks to be you in this case, and this building something together with you comes back. And then also what they're wanting to start a cycle of is this Queen of Wands, which is a little, I guess not necessarily odd. It just feels a little odd because you're a Cancer. You should be Queen of Cups. Queen of Wands is typically Aries or Leo energy. This is like a bold, passionate, fiery, determined person that knows exactly what she wants and she goes after it. She doesn't really take no for an answer. This is like very motivated, driven type of a person. It's also a person that they would think about in terms of being sexy and vivacious and fun to be around and charming and like the life of the party, and like wanting to spend time with someone like this, being attracted to someone like this, having sexual attraction toward them. This is about having a lot of passion and desire here. And they're thinking about you in that sense. I can't shake the feeling that they had someone else in the past, though. And that's kind of how we're getting to the spot we're in. This final card in their thinking is the Cancer Major Arcana card, the Chariot. This is the fastest moving energy in the deck. This is like rocket launcher type fast, usually. There is an element of alignment to this card. We got the dark side here and the light side over here, and there are no reins that connect the driver to the chariot. This is So he has to use like sheer will alone to control this thing, to steer it. So if the driver is not in alignment, in other words, if both parts of themselves aren't pulling in the same direction, this either is going to be every bit as stuck as the hangman and it won't move at all, or worse yet, it's going to pull itself in two different directions as it moves forward and tear itself in half. At its core, this card is about overcoming the obstacles, like the problems, the challenges, the roadblocks, all the shit that's in my way. It's like getting past all of that stuff through sheer will alone and doing it very quickly and moving forward in success and victory. As long as alignment is right with them, that's a good sign. If that's telling me that there's some misalignment here, we might have a problem. So I'm going to take a look now at what this person's intentions are toward you here in February 2024. Let's get two more for this person's intentions. Thanks. Okay. On the bottom of the deck, what's underlying their intentions? Seven of Wands again. We already saw that underlying their feelings. This is Leo energy of defensiveness, like defending their position, defending their stance on something, being willing to fight for what they want, what they believe in, what they think is right, being willing to fight for this connection. Four of Swords, saw that already. Libra energy, stability of the thoughts, stability of the mind. It's taking a pause, taking a rest, taking a break, taking a chill, choosing to go inside myself to calm my mind down so I can figure out what to do moving forward. This is also a card of healing. The Sun, again, Leo Major Arcana, happiest card in the deck. Happiness, joy, bliss, harmony. A lot of happiness here. If you look at the way the solar system's put together, all the planets orbit the Sun because the Sun has all the gravity. So this is like feeling the pull of this connection. There's that damn roadblock that's in the way. I said with the Chariot, it's about getting past all the roadblocks and the barriers and the crap that's in the way. Well, here's a piece of it right here. Sagittarius, Nine of Wands. Someone's been hurt in this spot here. And this is about defense mechanisms being tripped off. Walls coming up as a way to protect from getting hurt again. So healing can take place and things can move forward. That's underlying their intentions. When I look at their actual intentions, Page of Swords, Page of Wands, Three of Cups. Got two pages right back to back in their intentions. Pages are messengers, so they represent news, messages, and communication. This one about passion and desire. This one just in general. This is also, like I said, an energy of someone who's trying to learn something, trying to figure something out, doing their due diligence. Looking back also at the past here. So again, it's given me a feeling that something was iffy in the past. And then there's that Nine of Cups connected to it. I think they probably were much too focused on their own happiness. It probably led them astray. And now they're trying to figure out how to get their wish fulfillment, which is to rebirth a connection with you. Central to their intentions, Page of Wands. Again, this is passionate communicating. This is also the minor arcana version of the Fool, which is about taking that blind leap of faith. Like, screw it, I'm just going to go for it and I'll figure it out as I move along. I'm just going to leap off the cliff and I'll figure out how to grow wings on my way down. This is a more toned down version of that. This is someone who has the willingness to take the very first steps down a brand new path towards something they have passion and desire for. That's tied to this Three of Pentacles, working together as equals to build the Ten of Pentacles. It's tied to this Four of Wands, this stability of the home, the family, the connection, manifesting and receiving the thing that I desire here. You got two pages. They're the lowest form of the core card. It goes Page, Knight, Queen, King. I would be much happier if things were showing up as kings here. This pages are not fully developed energy. They're immature energy, as in not necessarily like childish energy, although it can be that. This is more like just not fully developed energy, like early stages of something. What their intentions are leading them toward is the Three of Cups, which is Cancer energy. This has got a couple of meanings. It can be being united and celebrating, or being reunited and celebrating. So it would be like reconciliation type energy in that case. It can sometimes represent third-party love triangle, because we do have 3 cups of love in the picture. That's tied directly to the world, the ending of a cycle and the beginning of a new cycle. And that's tied to the past, and either a thing from the past coming back around, or a person from the past coming back around, them reminiscing about the past with you. I think this is them wanting to end a cycle of potentially a third party thing. That I've felt that several times here. Ending that cycle and beginning a new cycle with you, where they can get this deep emotional connection, this history back, and be reunited with you. That's their intentions anyway. And you, like I said, you know how people are. What we intend to do and what we actually follow through with are sometimes vastly different things. So I'm going to take a look at what their most likely actions are going to be toward you as we move through the rest of February 2024 and beyond. What are this person's most likely actions going to be toward Cancer moving through the rest of February 2024? Keep going. Yeah. I dig it. Bottom of the deck, what underlies their most likely actions? 9 of Pentacles, Virgo energy, single energy. Seen this already. This is like being physically single. It doesn't necessarily mean that they want to be single. It means that they are single. And the actions that they take are going to be related to being single. Ace of Wands right behind that. Again, passionate new beginning and passion and desire. This could be I'm single and I'm going to use the wand to have a new beginning and passion and desire. The other meaning for this card, though, can be sparking something up, as in like firing up a connection again, like re-sparking a connection, re-sparking like the passion and the desire in a connection, starting over at the beginning in that sense. 9 of Pentacles, very slow progress happening here. Can also represent a person that knows what they should do and doesn't do it, or knows what they shouldn't do and does it anyway. King of Pentacles, there's a husband type energy. I referenced the 10 of Pentacles with that 3 of Pentacles. The King and the Queen of Pentacles work together as equals to build that 10 of Pentacles. This would usually be like husband, father, like person that's I'm living with or that I'm building my life with. It goes with this Queen of Pentacles that just came out in their most likely actions here. So I got counterparts here, but there is some separation between them. The Queen of Pentacles is out here on the table. The King is buried underneath this person who knows what he should do and doesn't, and the wand and the single energy. What came out in their most likely actions? Ace of Cups, Wheel of Fortune, Temperance, Queen of Pentacles. Ace of Cups is a new beginning in love and emotions. Sometimes this can represent starting back over at the beginning in terms of love and emotions, filling the cup back up between the two of you. Trying to figure out how to do that. I got the 9 of Cups, like the way this is laid out. 9 of Cups, Page of Swords, Ace of Cups. Like this is trying to figure out how to get these two together. The 9 that they're in and the 1 that they want creates the 10 of Cups, the being united in terms of love and emotions and pouring ourselves into each other and being happy and in love. They're trying to figure that out. What comes next in their most likely actions is the Wheel of Fortune. This is sometimes the Wheel of Fate. Sometimes this can represent a fated event. Sometimes it can represent a change in the luck and fortune. The wheel spinning the other way. So if things were going great, this would be the wheel spinning the other way and it goes to hell in a handbasket suddenly. If things have been going bad between the two of you, which it looks like at some point in the past it was bad, and this is them trying to figure out how to overcome that and get you back. This would be trying to right the wheel and like turn it the other way to right the ship, so to speak, and put it back to the way that things are supposed to be. It can represent like what is supposed to happen is going to happen, and there's not really much anyone can do about it. It's tied to this having the willingness to take the first steps and communicate what it is that they desire or communicate passionately to you. It's also tied to Temperance here. This is the Sagittarius Major Arcana card. It's a card of patience. about not being in a hurry, not being in a big rush, and being willing to mix things together little bits at a time, and then take a step back and see how is all this working out before they come back in and make some fine-tuning adjustments to it, trying to make sure that things are just right. It can also be reconciliation energy. In tarot, water represents love and emotions, and here the water, the love, has been separated into two different cups, and the angel is recombining the love back together into one, which it's tied directly to another reconciliation energy here, that Three of Cups of being reunited and celebrating, and looking to end the cycle that's happening and start a new cycle. And that new cycle is actually an old cycle. This is someone wanting to go for another lap around the block with you. Final card here in their most likely actions, Queen of Pentacles. This is Capricorn energy. Like I said, this is the counterpart to that King of Pentacles that we saw. Builds the Ten of Pentacles with the King. This is very stable, grounded, abundant, nurturing type energy. This is usually wife figure or mother figure or centerpiece of the home and the family and the person that I'm building my life around. They're intending to get that with you. Now, I'm reaching the first spot in this reading where I don't have a complete column of cards. I have in this column two different queens, Queen of Wands, Queen of Pentacles, and the way they're on the table, there's a gap above the Queen of Wands and a gap between the Queen of Wands and the Queen of Pentacles. There's like some sort of a void there, incomplete information. The only card that doesn't have anything to go with it in the column is that Cancer Major Arcana card, where there's a piece pulling one way and a piece pulling a different way. And this is about using the will to overcome the problems and challenges and obstacles and roadblocks that are in the way in order to move forward very quickly and success and victory. This is looking a lot like this person had another person in the past when they were in a committed relationship with you, potentially married to you or engaged to you or living with you or going down that path. And they probably screwed some stuff up. That's all. Everything that looked like there was some sketchy shit going on was all buried under the surface, underlying what they were feeling and thinking and intending to do. It was all buried in there. So it's making me feel like that stuff is in the past, and this is them trying to overcome all the crap that happened and get you back. That's your person anyway, Cancer. Let's get you some advice on how to navigate this situation that you're finding yourself in with them here in February 2024 and moving forward from there. So what is the advice for Cancer about how to navigate this situation? What should they do? What should they not do? How should they play this so things work out in the way that's best for Cancer and their own greatest good? You first. Okay. Let's get one more for Cancer, please. Let's get one more. Thank you. On the bottom of the deck, what's underlying your advice, Cancer? Eight of Pentacles. This is Virgo energy. This is a card of work. It's putting in the work on something, putting in the time, the effort, the energy on something in order to get what you want, or at the very least, being willing to put in that work, time, effort, and energy. Two of Pentacles behind that. This is Capricorn energy. Twos are choices. They're decisions. This is a decision in the physical world where you've got these two options and you can't have both at the same time. You have to pick one. And it's like, do I or don't I? Should I or shouldn't I? Like, should I take them back or not? Will they behave or not? And this is about being unsure and weighing those options and looking at the pros and cons and juggling that decision and being off balance about it. I mean, even the water in the background is rough and choppy, which symbolizes rough and choppy emotions and being emotionally off balance as well as physically off balance. Like trying to make that decision. Do I put this work and invest any more of myself into this, or do I not? Four of Cups behind that, Cancer energy. Again, this is stability of the emotions. Like this is usually an energy of someone who is not fully happy with what they have in front of them, not fully content with what they have, and they've got this other thing on their mind, this other cup that they believe would lead them to their happiness and fulfillment. Sometimes this can represent that there is a love offer on the table between the two of you already, and it just hasn't been accepted or rejected yet. It's just kind of been left hanging in the air with nothing being done about it, kind of like that pentacle is in this picture, where you're still going back and forth about it and haven't quite made up your mind. King of Cups is behind that. This is either Pisces or Scorpio type of an energy. You're supposed to be the Queen of Cups. I see the way they're thinking about you as Queen of Wands, and what they're most likely to do is try to make you Queen of Pentacles. I don't see you referenced as Queen of Cups, but this would be the counterpart to you, the King of Cups. This is the other half of that love and emotions equation. This usually represents that you have a lot of love and emotions for this person. They probably also have a lot of love and emotions toward you. They just don't wear their heart on their sleeve. They don't always outwardly express everything they're feeling, whether that's good or bad. Yeah, and then you got Queen of Swords again behind that. This is looking like a spot where you're off balance and you're trying to calm your emotions down, because every time you start feeling those feelings for them again, then we hit this Queen of Swords, this very logical, rational, analytical, conscious mind type of an energy that's interested in truth and facts and speaking truth. And she's also the person that cuts off the things or the people that don't serve her anymore, that aren't in her best interests anymore. Ten of Wands. This is you being burdened by this situation. This is Sagittarius energy of a heavy burden being carried. It is a 10, and in tarot, 10s are completion. So this is supposed to be the completion of you carrying a heavy burden. It's supposed to be you getting to the spot now where you can lay this burden down and move forward without it. Eight of Cups. This is Pisces energy of emotionally detaching, physically detaching and walking away. The person in the card is walking away from 8 full cups of love because that's not good enough for them. They believe there's something better out there for them. They believe they deserve something better than these 8 cups. This person knows that they deserve their 9th cup, their own personal happiness and wish fulfillment. They deserve their 10th cup, that happily ever after, that happy fairy tale love connection that we all dream about. This person knows they deserve those things. And they also know that what this person is giving me is only 8 cups. It's not good enough. I deserve better than that. And it's also about recognizing that 8 cups is probably the best this person is ever going to be able to give you. And this is about making that very difficult, conscious decision to walk away from what you have, to go down a new path that leads you to your 9th and your 10th cup, that happiness and wish fulfillment, that happily ever after that you want. That's part of the burden that you're having, because it looks like there was a severing between the two of you. There was a burden that's been carried, and there's been probably some emotionally distancing yourself from them. But again, behind that is the Two of Cups, Cancer energy. This is a love connection between two people. It's I breathe you in, you breathe me in, we're connected, but it is a 2. And in tarot, 2s represent choices and decisions. So this is a decision about the connection here. 9 of Wands. You got your walls up. Sagittarius energy. I saw that in the other deck a couple of times. This is, you've been hurt. And this is your defenses coming up to protect you so that you don't continue to get hurt, so you don't get hurt again. You don't want to be hurt anymore. This is about you trying to heal so you can get your energy right and move forward and take that next step in the journey where you can reach the destination and lay that burden down, and the burden that the pain caused you, and lay it down and move forward without it. The thing I need to caution you about with this card is, yes, it's a defense mechanism. We all have defense mechanisms. It's just part of human nature and human psychology. When we get hurt, we put walls up to shield ourselves. But the walls rarely actually protect us like we think they do. It's just sticks in the ground. Like if I wanted to get to this person and hurt them, those sticks aren't going to save them. I can just barrel right through the sticks and get to her and hurt her. I could squeeze between the sticks and get to her and hurt her. So the walls that we build generally don't really protect us, but they do become a very effective fence that keeps us away from the thing that we actually do want. 9 of Pentacles is behind that. This is singles energy. This is This is with you or without you, or even in spite of you. I'm prosperous and abundant in my own right. I don't need you to physically take care of me. I don't need you to financially take care of me. I can do all that. This doesn't necessarily represent that you want to be single. It just represents like 2 9s in a row. You're single because walls are, you think they're protecting you, but are they? Like, look at the card. The lady is holding that squirrel and she's looking at it like, oh, you poor bastard. And the squirrel has a black bag over its head. It can't even see what's going on around it. And she can see, and she's feeling sorry for it. Hanged Man. Do not get yourself stuck in that kind of an energy. This is Pisces energy of progress halting, no forward movement happening, things getting stuck at a dead standstill. The Hanged Man hangs upside down, though, because he's looking at things from a different perspective than he normally would, a different point of view than he would normally look at things from. And he's doing that, trying to gain enlightenment. He's trying to figure out, why am I stuck? And what do I need to do to get unstuck so that I can move forward? So there's some element here underlying all of this about looking at something from a different perspective. I think what that's probably referencing here is this wall that you have up, this singles energy that you have that doesn't seem to be by choice, and looking at that from a different point of view so you can get yourself unstuck. It's odd how it starts out with the very first card it wanted you to see was this card of putting in the work, time, effort, and energy on something and being unsure about whether or not to do that. It looks like there is a piece of you that has that willingness to do that, and probably a piece of you that wants to do that, but then there's another piece of you that is probably afraid of getting hurt again, or at the least not wanting to get hurt again. When I look at your actual advice that came out, Cancer, we got the Empress, the Four of Wands. You can't make that shit up. The Three of Pentacles, the Nine of Swords, and the Fool. Here's the thing you can't make up. Your very first 2 cards in your advice, the Empress and the Four of Wands, the very first 2 cards that came out for your person and their feelings about you, the Empress and the Four of Wands, in the exact same order, 2 entirely different decks. And you watched me shuffle these decks to get those cards to jump out. This, again, is the birth of something new or the rebirth of something. Four of Wands. This is stability of the home, stability of the family, stability of the connection between the two of you. Those Four of Wands are 1111, which is the number of manifesting. Like, I got to come back to this, the Empress thing. She's card 3 of the major arcana. Card 1 is the Magician. Card 2 is the High Priestess. 1, 2, and 3 are the recipe or the blueprint for manifesting. You start with the Magician, the conscious mind, and you decide what it is that your will desires. You receive your inspiration. You take the actions of thinking about what it is that you want, and then planting the seeds of those thoughts and that will into the unconscious mind, the High Priestess. And she is the connection to the divine, to spirit, source, the universe. She is how we broadcast and receive, however you want to think about that, like projecting into the universe, which is a mirror that reflects back to you. The next step in that, like the High Priestess is the unconscious mind. Like, you're putting out brain waves unconsciously 24 hours a day, whether you're asleep or awake, whether you're conscious or someone has like hit you with a chloroform rag and knocked you out, you're still putting brain waves out. If you get hit by a bus and you're in a coma, you're still putting brain waves out into the universe. It happens, and there's nothing you can do about it. Most of us are just like on autopilot in terms of what we're projecting and receiving back. She's the next step in that system. What you project into the universe gets mirrored back to you and birthed into this physical 3D reality via the Empress energy. The next card that came out for both of you is that Four of Wands, that it's the thing you want to manifest, arriving and being here and stable in this physical reality. So I got 2 references to the thing that you wanted to manifest being here. And it looks like rebirthing this connection, rebirthing the stability in that. Three of Pentacles. Wow, that's also out here. Second card in your person's thinking about you. Capricorn energy of teamwork, collaboration, working together as equals to build something of value. What you would be building is that Queen and King of Pentacles working together to make that Ten of Pentacles, where we're combining our lives together and living together and probably being married and building a life together. This is the beginning stages of that. It's a 3, which is like the foundational piece of it. It's ruled over by the 3 of the major arcana, the Empress. Those cards are out here for both of you. Next in your advice, 9 of Swords. This is Gemini energy of fear, worry, and anxiety. This is mental anguish. This is thinking about something a lot and thinking about it so much with so much fear and worry behind your thoughts that it starts to stress you out and manifest itself physically as stress, as, sleepless nights, nightmares. I can't fall asleep. I can't stay asleep. I can't concentrate on what I'm doing because I can't shut my mind off. I can't eat. It's like everything gets all messed up. Notice the person has their eyes covered. It's because in their mind, the situation has been represented as being so bad that they don't want to face what's in front of them. This is feeling like fear, worry, and anxiety about rebirthing this and stabilizing this and putting the work in on it. This is why you're off balance and juggling, because there's a piece of you that really wants to do that, and there's another piece of you that's scared to death of looking like a fool. This is the first card of the entire major arcana, card 0, the first card of the entire tarot deck. This is a new beginning on something. Taking that blind leap of faith. We got the world in the center of their thoughts, the ending of one cycle, the beginning of the next cycle at the same time. This is the last card. And when you end the cycle, you start over at the beginning with the Fool. So this is representing that restarting of the cycle here, but you being fearful and worried and probably stressed out about doing that, about taking that blind leap of faith when you got some stuff going on in here that's like they probably did something wrong and you're afraid of that repeating itself. You're afraid of them taking foolish behavior and taking risks outside the connection and doing that kind of stuff. And like, what kind of an idiot would I be if I do this again and the same thing happens again? It looks like that type of fear and worry. And I think that's what is going on here with, like, there's this willingness to put in the work on it, but this, I don't know if I should, and trying to figure out, should I or shouldn't I? Like, do I accept this or do I not accept this? I'm not really happy with the way it is, but if this happens again, I won't be happy then either. And yes, I love them, but they don't always express themselves to me. And like, it looks like whenever you start thinking about how much you love them and starting to allow yourself to feel those feelings, that's probably when conscious mind kicks in. That's probably when Queen of Swords goes, yeah, but do you remember the truth? Do you remember the severing? And when you mentioned it to them and they lied to your face, and you really want that to happen again? And that's part of the burden that you're carrying. And there's this emotionally detaching from the connection type of an energy, making a choice to protect yourself and not let yourself get hurt and be single, but you're still stuck. You're still not, doesn't feel like that's what you want. Ace of Wands is behind that. That's like that re-sparking the connection, re-sparking the passion and the desire in it. King of Swords is behind that. The Devil is behind that. This is screaming mixed feelings. I don't have any cups out here in your advice on the table. This bottom card and even the card below that, not a cup. I got to go 3 cards deep to get to a cup, which would represent love and emotions. But this cup is like, I'm not happy with what I have. There's elements to this that you want back, and there's elements to this that you're afraid of. So it looks like you have a pretty big decision to make. Now, if you still have questions you want answered about this situation or your relationship, click on any of the videos that just appeared on your screen right now. When you do, you'll be taken to more Cancer love readings that can give you more insight and more clarity about what's really going on in your particular situation. And I'll see you in the next video.